Sharing the inner voice. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to start to analyze what is the inner voice and what are we doing to bring it to existence. So in this reality, we're born to ultimately be distracted, and this is the biggest positive we can ever see in our lives. It's not negative. Distraction is not negative. It grants choice. Now, if we all have, say, an existence within us that has the potential to awaken, and once awoken, this existence can bring ultimately what it will do is that it will do many things. But one thing for sure is that this existence will act as a protection from our own potentiality. If you look at this reality, we have all the potential to create the most demonic state of presence we can become into, just as much as we have the potential to become the most loving, positive, vibrant, bubbly existence we can become into. And ultimately, the difference is the choices which we make. It's so simple and it's so pure, is that the difference between the two potentialities which can manifest into this existence is the choices which we make. And those choices are essentially reflecting oneself, reflecting one's existence in this present moment. So as long as we can understand, depending on the choices which we make, obviously every choice we make has its own battle, because in order to make the action, everyone can make a choice. The choice is easy. Okay, I choose to do this. But once we choose to do something, then we have to implement the action. And the action might not necessarily be so easy, because you actually have to do it. You have to implement it. You have to go through the mental barrier. You have to go through the mental compartmentalization of that existence. And then you have to get in there and you have to do the work in order to create the reaction ultimately, because every action which we implement will have a reaction. But in order to create the reaction, you must implement the action, and that action might be tough, and that's where a lot of the time it takes us years to implement the right actions, just because it's challenging. And this is infinite potential within infinite actions. We can implement anything which will get reactions, and ultimately it's those reactions which will then serve that existence of presence. So depending on what actions we're implementing will grant the reactions, and then depending on the reactions which we're receiving is the frequency of which we're emitting within this present moment of existence. And it's that frequency which will ultimately represent our existence, our aura, our speed of sound. So if we want, and that's where choice is the greatest experience we can experience is choice. We're all given choice, just like we're all given distraction in this world, because the distraction can be leading us down a path of destruction. Because as long as we're distracted and we're distracting our awareness away from implementing actions which are going to generate an existence of contentment, an existence of happiness, an existence of just contentment within happiness. As long as we're drifting and distracted away from making the right, implementing the right actions to grant reactions for contentment within happiness, we're probably granting actions, getting reactions of distraction, which are ultimately just distracting ourselves, which will lead us so far close to the edge that eventually the wind will blow us off the edge, and then we will feel like we're helpless.